We are back with another episode.
Ho, ho, ho.
How's
Hello,
everybody
hello.
doing today?
Everybody's good.
Wow.
We're doing great.
That's good.
Well,
I'm
except for
glad.
the rain outside going on with all that, but
Yeah, I'm hella over
yes.
it. So, ladies, this episode.
Can't complain though.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be an exciting one. We're going to jump in and we're going to talk about Christmas and how we
Ding, 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 ding.
Go ahead, Lisa.
and how we celebrate Christmas. Each of us, our stories, our adventures, and even sitting on Santa Claus' lap.
Ooh.
OMG.
Naughty or nice?
Yes, and me, I'm always the bad one. But that's a good one. Yes, Lisa, I just remembered something. Oh God, yes.
Sakafet, you're listening to Unfiltered Limin with BLT. Every week, we will reflect on our journeys on trying to navigate between our parents' traditional culture versus American culture. We are your hosts,
Bertide,
Lisa,
And Terry.
No one's talking, so let's get unfiltered. So, to our wonderful fans out there, Terry is the naughty one, so we'll start with her.
Hell yeah, on every level. So I don't want anybody to feel that how I'm nice. No, rough and right. But
oh my Lord.
Santa does not come to your house.
We're going to try to keep it PG?
No, it's unfiltered. Why would we do that?
Listen, Santa comes. Wait a minute. I have this story. This is really a cute little story. I was working at this hotel in Atlanta. I was an admin at the time. I had my hand in everything. So, of course, Christmas time came. Usually they would have people come in to decorate the hotel. But this year that didn't happen because the hotel, look at that, was in transition from one name to another name and under renovation. Yes, I know. I don't know how I just get
Sounds
myself
so familiar.
Exactly. So anyway, the GM was like, Terry, you know something? We bought some decorations. Can you put the tree together? So I'll put the tree together in the lobby, decorate, Y'all gotta have a little something for the employees.
They never do.
Y'all gotta do this. So what they decided was they'll have something for the employees' kids. You can bring your kids. And then they had a party for the employees. So we had this guy there. I think his name was Alan. I want to say Alan. Alan was round. He was white. He was round. And I said, Alan, you're playing Santa. So Alan said Alan was supposed to come in and play Santa, but he couldn't. Something happened that day and he couldn't. So I went to, he was the director of housekeeping. Oh God, James. Me and James went down good. I said, James, I need you to do me a solid. I need you to play Santa. Huh? Yes. And wait a minute. And James was the size of, what's his name? Oh God. Lisa, the guy who just texted us. Oh my God.
Santa?
No. That's Kevin.
You mean Kevin?
Yes. He was that size.
But Kevin is MAGA.
My point. So yes. And Bertie, just so you know, that means slim. I didn't know if you knew that or not. I just thought that one just to let you know.
I kind of figure. I kind of got the gist of it.
So I said, James, I need you to do me a solid. I need you to play Santa. What you gonna do for me? I said, listen, I just need you to play. I need you to play Santa. Listen, I owe you one. So James said, okay, no problem. Get the suit and stuff like that. So we got the suit rented and whatnot. So James comes in. Kids came and we had the tables laid out. The place was decorated with candy canes. It was really, really cool. We had a little dance floor. We had a little music, Christmas music. Kids came in. He does the whole Santa's here. Of course, I hyped him up. Santa's here. So, of course, I had the kids line up so they could sit on Santa's lap. When the kids was done, I had the grown-ups who wanted to sit on Santa's lap and take pictures.
Really?
Yeah, so I was at the end of that line. Lisa, why your face looking like that? I want a piece of the action.
Yeah, I can see
Flag
that.
on the play. Flag on the play. Hold up, Terry. So you got in line to sit on Santa's lap?
After all that work I put in, hell yeah, I wanted to sit on Santa's lap and take a picture.
All right,
I can
carry
see
on.
that.
Okay. So,
Was it a nice lap?
I was gonna say, did you go find your Mrs. Santa's Claus outfit?
couldn't do
Was
that.
there mistletoe involved?
They couldn't do that either. We were just, co-workers. James was already married. He brought his wife and he brought his daughter. I think his daughter was 13 at the time. But I see this.
So you sat on his lap in front of his wife?
Hold tight. I'm getting to that
Okay,
point.
sorry.
Lisa.
You see how all you don't listen? So everybody's in line. So of course. Okay, so I'm at the end of the line. I didn't know she was his wife because I never seen her before. So
she said.
moving right along, Lisa. So she got on his lap first and she sat down, she took a picture and everything like that. She was like, she was like, go ahead, sit down, take the picture. Right? And so I said, okay. I sat down here. So of course, he in my ear. So I had to, squeeze his neck there for a minute there. I was like, dude, seriously.
Hold on. What was he saying in your ear? You can't skip over what was he saying for you to be squeezing his neck.
You were squeezing his neck?
Have I been
Unfiltered.
Have I been naughty or nice? And he hopes it was naughty. I said, you know what?
With the wife. See, this is some tripe. Okay, go ahead. We're not gonna go there because right now,
So
bad Santa, bad
elf.
I said, so you know something, Lisa? Whose side you on? So I jumped up. So after I took the picture, they took the picture because they were to send to corporate. So she says, I said, you know something? I said, your husband is too much. She said, I know, girl. That's why I got to keep up. I was like, hey. All right. Now, yes, exactly. All of that. She said, yeah, that's right. Hey, hello. Yes, I got to keep up. I said, okay. I said, see, this is why I stay out of the people business.
Mm-hmm.
Then that night we had employee. No, you see, Lisa, you see where you're going with this. That night we had the employee party. And that one turned out to be really nice. So I was at the door taking the tickets and stuff like that, making sure that everything is running smoothly. And I had bought my roommate at the time. We've known each other since 10th grade in high school. And there go James and his wife again. So James is on the floor getting it in. Him and the wife, she was like, girl.
Is he in a Santa suit?
No, this time there was no Santa suit. This time he was in a velour lapel business. Okay. Yes. And it was a 2-piece. So yes, he came in there he came in there. Yes, looking all
very dapper. Dapper.
Yes.
Dapper delicious. That sound was dapper delicious.
Honey. But the thing I couldn't understand, his wife was like, go ahead. She was like, girl, I am so tired. I can't keep my shoes on. Go ahead and dance. Go ahead and dance with him. I was like, no, I already got my partner. She was like, go ahead, girl, have a good time. I was like, you ain't set me up for that one. No, that is a negative.
Well, some couples are a little freaky, so you never know.
I am not. I ain't in that freak show because
that might have been a trap. That might have been a trap.
Hello. That's why I was like, I am good. Me and my roommate, we had a very good time, and everybody who came.
She was trying to give him an early gift. There you go, Terry.
Putting me on a platter with an apple in my mouth and serving me up. That is a negative on so many levels.
Actually, a bow tie with a mistletoe on top.
You see, wherever the bow land and wherever the mistletoe. Nasa.
Ho, ho, ho.
As a Trinidad, just say, I ain't in that. I ain't in that. But
Oh my
all
goodness.
in all, it
That's
was
funny.
a good party. Everybody had a good time. They said it was one of the better parties that they had in a long time. Music.
Oh, that's
Yes,
nice.
and yes. So I had him out there on the floor, and
So I have a question for you.
go ahead, baby.
For your Christmas holidays, what did you guys do as far as family wise or friends wise? Now that we covered work.
Family and friends, you know something? I remember my sister and I, when we were younger, I was always wanting to have a Christmas show. Okay, we have to practice for the Christmas show. And of course, it was my sister and my two cousins. I always telling them what to do and how we need to dance and how we need to get the costumes together. And all, yes, I was the ringleader of that. But
Where were you performing?
in the house, right? In this little, we had like a foyer. The foyer was big because the apartment was really, really big. So the foyer was big enough, and it had like kind of like a awning doorway. So they were supposed to sit there, and we were supposed to do the show, in the foyer there. So yes, I had it all planned out. In my head, I had it all planned out.
She doesn't get out much.
Apparently.
Got the big job in the city. Big wheels keep on turning.
I hope a client walks in right now. That'd be awesome, right?
I had my phone to be like on World Star.
World Star. That's what we sent it, World Star. Oh, hi.
When you're working with young black kids, you know how they ain't trying to hear you. They want to do their own
Forgive
thing.
Forgive us, young black kids.
Wow. Okay. Was there any eggnog involved?
No.
Any eggnog involved?
There was no eggnog. Punch or creamer. There was sweet bread. There was regular bread. There was.
Can you tell me what punch or cream? My hand is up. Sorry. What's punch or creamer? Please describe to people. I don't know what. I mean, I may know what that is, but
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it as Nico would say. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. So
okay.
Punch or creamer, I believe, and don't quote me on it because I don't know verbatim because I don't drink it. It's kind of, I want to say it's on the same thing as like eggnog. I want to say in that texture type, but it's not. It doesn't have that
nutty.
I don't
tape.
know how to explain it to you, but I could phone a friend and I could find out though.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So to be continued.
While you phoning a friend, B, how did you spend your holidays? Your Christmas, I should say.
My Noel, Joyeux Noel, everyone.
What does that mean? Whoa. What does that mean?
I thought you was on the phone.
You don't worry about all that.
I know.
Lisa.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's what that. And say it again.
Joyeux Noel.
See, that's not that. Listen, people out there, that sounds very sexy. But go ahead. If some man told me that, I'd be like, yeah. And yes, while I'm showing my shoulder, yes.
Your shoulder. I was about to say you dropping everything.
Depends on how many times you say it.
Lisa, you So, folks, okay. Back to reeling it in. Christmas memory. So I have Christmas memories in Guadeloupe, and I have them here. So in Guadeloupe, I remember one of my favorite memories. So when the holidays, just like here, for winter break, after you finish doing your exams and everything, there's not really much that you're doing. So our school, our elementary school, they had like a big party celebration. So each class had their own little party, and then they had like the whole school had a big party, had a big Christmas tree, exchanging presents. So I remember that. And I remember it was so much fun because the food, like Terry said, the music, it was just a good time. The atmosphere was nice. We just had a good old time. So I remember that part as far as school. Now, at home, even though we never had a Christmas tree, but I know we celebrated Christmas. So the night before we went to church, again, church is a very big thing. And I guess, in Haitian holidays. So went to church, normally stayed in church for a good amount of time. And I think that's just universal. Black churches, they be darned 4 or 5 hours long. So you be sitting there waiting to go home, and there's like a couple of elders staying back to cook the food. So after church is over, we'll go home, and then there's food, and then we just start celebrating. We start eating. Gifts was not really a big thing. Back home, it was more the food. We did get little stuff, but it wasn't like how it is here, where, there's like a bunch of buying gifts. I don't remember that part, but I do remember.
That's called commercialized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I remember like family members used to come, and visit us. We just used to have a good old time, just basically eating, dancing, partying, having a good time, enjoying family. So that's what I remember most about that. My fondest memory of Christmas in America. So me and my sister, again, my mom used to work in hospitality, so she had to work most of the time. And we used to be the one like to decorate the house. And then Christmas Day, same thing. Church, we did church. After church, if my mom was working, whoever the family we went to church with, we either would go to their house and celebrate. And if it was a Christian family, there was not too much going on there. But you know what I'm saying? Because they're really traditional and conservative and trying to be like, oh, okay, they play like the, Holy Nights and all those wonderful music. God bless them. But if we went to like family members that were heathen, as they would call it, that used to be a good party because they didn't care. So after church, we go, we change our clothes. There's food, there's dancing, there's a good time. And then gifts started being introduced. So either we would do like Secret Santa or, most of the time, if you were younger, they would buy the kids, gift, and then the adults would just be having a good time playing games. Christmas, I like Christmas because it just gets us together and everybody's just having a good time and not worrying and stressing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Able to just have, again, the same thing. Whenever family get together, there's always laughter. There's always, you know what I mean? There's always laughter. Exactly. And it's just fun and no stress. And, I used to be watching the older women in the kitchen and they're cooking, but they're telling jokes and, talking about like things that happening back home and then the guys are, sitting wherever playing dominoes. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're just playing dominoes and just having a good time. And we just sitting around, just getting to enjoy one another. So that's my fondest. Yes,
Terry, lady with the hand up.
Thank you. Okay, so I guess my question is, so you guys went to church and you were sitting through church for all those hours. How was it for you growing up sitting through all those hours? I mean, were you like, damn, I want to go home? Or, I mean, did you enjoy it? I mean, did they have like something for the younger kids? I mean,
or you wanted to stay longer?
I mean, how was it for you?
Well, never longer. So I remember one of the churches, never longer. Which is funny. One of the Haitian churches I went to, it's funny, you mentioned like programs. I actually wrote a play. And I actually wrote a play and we performed the play in one of the Christmases. So that was really super fun because with the Haitian churches, even though there's a bunch of them, but if your church is having a program, then all the people would come to that one church. So because they knew we were having a program, they came and that made it fun. So at the time, even though the church services were long, but during holidays, I didn't mind it because all the churches came together and each church group performed or did some type of thing for that particular time. Any normal other time when it was not an event, I didn't like sitting through all of that. But during holidays, it was fun because it was just like you got to see other churches interact with one another. There were special programs and then we used to have foods afterward, like little snack and things like that. So that was fun. And then when I started going to American churches, they also have programs too. And then, so there's a difference, and I'm just going to tell them myself. So I went to white American church and I've been to Black American churches. So I graduated from like a white Christian church, and that those Christmases were a little more low key than the African American churches. So I like going to the African American churches. My fondest memory of the Christmas in the African American churches was more fun to me because the music was more jazzy. If that makes sense. The programs were a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like just us as a people, we're just a little bit more jazzy. So I enjoyed that part of it, even though it was, a couple of more hours than it needed to be, but it was just fun because the atmosphere was a little bit fun.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so after that, so what kind of music did you listen to after when you guys went home that there was dancing and stuff like that? Because in my mind, and this is just so that I understand, when people go to church for long hours, like my uncle, him and his family, they went to church for hours. Every Sunday, it was a whole long day thing. So when they came home, they really weren't listening to any type of music. There was no wind down business. So I'm just asking, was it Christmas music playing, or was it Haitian music where y'all was just, I mean, what was playing? I'm just, I mean,
So it depends on which group of people I was with, right? So if I was spending time with a Christian family, they playing the Christian, Christmas music. If I was with family that they were not so much, conservative or too, we were listening because there's Haitian Christmas songs too, but it was more like the fun music, you know what I mean? Stuff that you could, dance to, jump around, just have a good time. So it's not too much whining and, just because you got adults, that are still, I don't know, but no, not too much of that kind of music, more family oriented kind of music. But though, I do remember, it's funny because I remember now that you say that, after the kids, because, at a point in time, it's wee hour in the morning, us kids, we get tired, and the adults will change the music to the point where one time I had woken up and they like dancing, slow dancing, and I was like, oh, okay, that's the after party. So there would be after party, and when they think we're sleeping, there would be little after parties afterwards. So I just happened to be like, oh, one of those kids, like, what's going on? Why y'all not sleeping? And negative. Wow. Don't do that, kids. Stay your behind in bed.
Oh no.
Stay your behind in bed.
So the general consensus that I've gotten is that B was on the nice list, and so far Terry's on the naughty list.
I'm on the bacchanal list. Come on, Lisa. Come with it. Come with it.
Okay, sorry.
Bacchanal.
There's the naughty, there's a nice, and there's the bacchanal list. What do you mean, what list? The Santa Claus list.
Yes.
B, don't tell me you don't know about that either.
What list were you on, Lisa?
Oh, me?
Yeah, what list were you on?
Yeah,
Nazi, nice, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It depends if it was on leap year, because sometimes on the nice list, sometimes I was on the naughty list.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Ho,
yes.
ho, ho.
Some years I'd be on the Santa baby.
You're
saying.
Listening to the seductress, Lisa. Go ahead, Lisa. Let me hear.
Yes.
Just saying. So, my Christmases, let's see. There's a couple things going on. First of all, my Christmas is very similar to Thanksgiving. All the family gets together. It's in the Bronx. It's in Jersey. It's in Long Island. Every year they alternate years when we were in New York. Once my parents and my aunt moved down to Florida, we all fly down to Florida. Pretty much in New York, it just be a lot of cooking, a lot of food, a lot of music. All the family comes in with the gifts. And because it's a decent sized family, because my dad's got 3 sisters, a brother. There's a couple. I can't keep track. Anyway, it's a handful of them. And so it's like everyone's bringing the gifts. So there's always was a plethora of gifts. Mm-hmm. We just remember whoever's house Christmas was at, it was like the cars were jam-packed with Christmas gifts. The same thing. So then once they retired and moved to Florida. Oh, another thing, just to backtrack for a second also too, is that once after dinner and stuff like that, like say for example, it's in Long Island. After dinner, you would go and drive to your friend's house and stop at your friend's house and stuff. Bring any gifts that you need to bring. Go grab a plate if you need, and then the same vice versa. My friends, would stop by randomly by the house. It'd always be short, see if they can grab a plate, come and say hi to all the family and leave. It was just in and out situation with the friends. Yeah, everybody's flying down. Then it got to the point that we started shipping presents down because, flying with gifts just became a headache. One time TSA had to basically unwrap my gift. That was a whole nother conversation. I was like, I'm not doing this shit again. It's not, the gift is not even for you and you unwrapping shit. Anyway. So then, my parents or mom be like 10 boxes arrived today. I'm like, yeah, just put that to the side. Don't worry about that. I will admit with my family, it's a little bit out of control. There hasn't been any young kids. Once we're adults and started flying to Florida, there's no kids. So it's just us. And then it got a little excessive. So my sister came up with the idea, we're going to do Secret Santa online. And it's this online app that it shuffles the names and it sends you an email, tells you who you have. And then, that worked out for the first year. Then the second year, someone got hip that you could see other people's lists. And then people started buying one gift off of somebody's list. And then, as the years progressed, it became everybody would buy everybody's gifts off their list. So, just to sum it up, last year, yeah, it was really out of control last year. I mean, we started opening gifts about maybe 3:00 in the afternoon.
Really?
Because the thing is, there's no kids. Kids typically, it's like you wake up early in the morning, you open gifts. Well, with us, we're hanging out the night before, catching up, drinking. By the time you get up, everybody get dressed, have something to eat. It's like 2:00. And then one of the parents are like, are you guys going to open gifts? What are y'all doing? So at that point, last year was excessive, though. Last year, it was off the chain. I think we started opening gifts about 2, 3 o'clock. All I know is by the time we finished, it was dark outside.
It was that much.
And my aunt got annoyed and was like, it was that many gifts. And to the point my aunt was like, the dinner's cold. What are y'all doing? We should have ate at 5.
Wow.
Control. I think it's just a mixture because we get down to Florida and we're so freaking bored. So it's just like, how can we outdo last Christmas when we come down? There's gifts like, I heard you like vodka. So somebody got you rare vodka from Iceland or some shit. It's just really out of control. There's drinking. We play games.
Oh,
I mean, one time I swear my brother wanted to tip a cow and shit. I was like, I don't think we should do that.
Where y'all find a cow?
Exactly.
Where you pick the cow? Where y'all going to the?
I can't.
My aunt lives in Tampa, and there's some road that you have to drive down that has not a lot of lights to get to the main road where all the stores
cows
were.
over there?
Yeah, there was cows over there.
Is that the country? Is she in the country?
No, she's in Tampa.
But Lisa, wait. You see my ignorance is starting to kick up. So you mean to tell me so even if he was going to tip the cow over, he was afraid of the cow, giving him a kicking him back or something like that, or
to be honest, so we seen the cow and we pulled up, but then no one knew how to tip the cow, so we just talked about it.
Oh my gosh. See, city folks. City folks.
I got another question.
I cannot.
I got another question, please.
Okay, go ahead.
So Lisa, this cow weighs how much up against, how you pushing that cow, and what was the purpose? If the cow tip over, suppose the cow get up and just get pissed and be like, "It's on." I mean,
come after you.
Oh my God.
We're not really sure how this works. So we just pulled over and just discussed it and then just drove off because we were like, we're not even really sure how to do this.
I have a question for the city folks. And what movie have y'all seen that people tip over cows?
All the white movies. Where you been?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, please name one movie where they tip cows at.
I want to know.
Dude, am I the only one? I don't know the name of a movie.
No, wait, B.
It's
Terry,
country folks
B.
do?
I've heard, no,
Terry.
I've heard of it.
You mean to tell me
No,
you never
I've
heard of that?
it. I have.
People tipping
Yes.
cows?
Thank you.
It is a
Yes.
thing.
Girl, ain't you in Florida? Ain't that what y'all do down there?
No, I don't do that. No,
It's a
that's
thing
what I'm
that
saying.
they do. Yes, it is. It's a thing. But my
It's
That's
a
the
thing.
country. That's the
it
country.
is. It is. It is. When they ain't have nothing else to
Okay,
do.
because
Yes.
I ain't in the
But
country.
my question
Okay,
is,
no.
when you tip the cow over, what do you get from it? I mean, the cow. Okay, so the cow's laying on the side. Can't the cow get back up? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd be afraid he'd get up and he'd charge at me. I don't know. So go ahead, Lee.
Girl, I don't know. We don't know either. We just heard it was a thing and we seen the cows. So we pulled over and we were looking at them. We're like,
Ladies and gentlemen, when a plan is not properly planned.
That is my question. How long did it take y'all to figure out y'all can't tip no cow?
oh, probably about a good 10 minutes. That's about it.
Oh my Lord, 10 minutes.
I can't. I cannot. I cannot.
Listen, I told you, when we get together, it's always something. It's always on and popping, yo.
That's
You
funny.
see, okay, so Lord, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we know that Bertide was on the nice list. I was on the bacchanal list, and Lisa, she sways from
Made up her own list.
something.
Yes.
Right, exactly. She made up her own list because that tipping cow business. Oh my gosh, Lisa. Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I gotta talk to Russell about this one.
Yeah, you do. You should talk to him about it. So anyway, another thing also too that's really big. My dad always decorated the house with Christmas lights.
Mm.
So that was a huge thing. So he did it in Long Island, and then now he's in Florida. He's doing it. Something else that got really big too is that, I don't know, they have like little Christmas like houses and churches and those little ornament things.
He makes a town. He makes
a whole town. It started off one table and he had, a few things on there. Now it's grown. It's taken over into the kitchen. It's overspilled into the kitchen. And now, the neighbors, they come by, they bring their kids, they look at it. So that's his thing. He makes me take a video of it every year. And Christmas is just full of songs and dancing and drinks and swapping the different vodkas from Iceland and rum from
and don't forget
Germany,
the black cake. Don't forget the black cake.
Oh man, the black cake. You got every year.
My mom is the bomb with that.
My mom is too. The black cake, and she puts it in my suitcase, and then I get back to the airport, and I'm always overweight, so I gotta pack another bag and repack, holding up the goddamn line because it's heavy. So yeah, and then bringing gifts back, and Tia said, yeah, it's always a problem, Yeah, but other than that, Christmas is great,
Christmas.
I'm not really sure what's gonna happen this year, but Christmas is great. It's always it's definitely a time to look forward to and have a good time with the family, catching up, spending time, drinking, eating, music. The house is always filled with music. From the time you wake up in the morning till after everyone goes to
correct.
bed.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Somebody's walking by with their beer bottle.
Ping, 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 ping. See? You see where the ping, ping, ping come from? See?
Yep. It's always cutting up. So
Okay.
yeah,
So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Before we wrap, the puncher creamer. Let me go back to the puncher creamer here. So I found. I told
you found a friend.
Oh, yes, I
You found
did.
a
So
friend.
he came through for me. Shout out to Brent. I told him I'd give him a little shout out.
Oh, what's up, Brent?
Thank you, Brent.
Is she sitting on your lap too?
That's a whole nother situation. Anyway.
Santa
So I'm talking
baby.
about ladies. So the puncher creamer is made with milk and sweetened condensed milk, nutmeg, and rum. And the Spanish call it coquito. So it's the same thing as coquito.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yes.
We call it cremas.
okay, see? Cremas for the Haitian, puncher creamer for the West Indians, and coquito for the Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah, I have an aunt that she makes bottles of that stuff. That stuff be good too.
Yeah, I actually used to make conquitos every year from my coworkers when I used to work in the hotel in DC. I used to make it in little mason jars and give it out as a Christmas gift.
How we never get that?
I don't know. Look, I know how y'all didn't get it because they changed, what do they call it? They changed brands.
They changed brands.
Lisa, all I have to say is if you're making some this year, yes, definitely. Please just put my portion to the side. That's all I'm asking for.
Yes.
I will do that. But
So,
yeah.
ladies, I just want to say, as Christmas is definitely a time that we get to share with our friends and family. Unfortunately, right now through this COVID situation, the gatherings won't be as big and as plentiful because everyone has to social distance. And then not only that, on top of that, because we're going into a second set right now, it is just preventing even more gatherings. So Christmas will not be the same as we know it. However, we still need to be mindful of people out there that are alone and people that don't have what we have, and just to make sure that we still keep in contact with our families and still make it as joyous as possible.
You're right. I completely agree. And even with anyone listening, like you mentioned, the same thing goes to our fans and, whoever's listening, like you make the effort, to put that work in. It's going to be a little bit extra to be creative, but at the same time, if you're alive, you're healthy, another year, we're blessed, we're still here. And, just as a family, make the effort, make the time to enjoy each other.
Phone a friend.
Yeah, there you go.
Ho, ho, ho.
Well, people, thank you so much for joining us. Have a very safe and Merry Christmas.
Joyeux Noël.
Exactly. And we are definitely out.
Thank you for joining us this week on Unfiltered Limin with BLT. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and join our Facebook page. As always, subscribe to our show to catch every new episode. Leave us a review so we can continue to bring you fresh and exciting content. See you next Thursday, same time, same station. Unfiltered Limin with BLT is edited and produced by Unfiltered Limin with BLT.